Okay, welcome Melville. So happy to see you. Long time no see. Now, time for some tune into you time. I've got a short Pilates mix for you to assist you with some stability and mobility to hopefully assist with dynamic balance, okay, to help you through all the things that you get up to out there. So let's just see how you're rolling today, how you're going. So let's just lift one knee up, doesn't matter which one, and just see how easy it is to stand on one leg. Maybe do a circle with the free leg. Around one way and around the other way. Okay, now let's just gently land that down, resettle, and let's see how the other side feels. Okay, so lift it up, do a little circle one way, and then take it back around the other way, and then land that down. Okay, now have a little cheeky peek at your feet, see how they are, and aim to have them fairly symmetrical. So if they're not, line them up a bit, and then aim to have your weight fairly equally balanced between base of big toe, base of little toe, and the middle part of your heel. A little bit of softness in your ankles and your knees and your hip. Breathing in through your nose all the way down to your toes, and then all the way back up. Now making sure pelvis is vertical, okay, not tucked under, not dropped forward, somewhere in the middle, and ribs over pelvis. And a little gentle circle with your shoulders, just to make sure you're not holding any unnecessary tension there. Okay, now breathe into the side and the back of the ribs, and breathe out through the mouth. Continue to do that. I'll put one hand at the top of your sternum and the other hand at the bottom of your sternum. And this time, as you breathe out, just do a little gentle nod of your chin and think of your ribs sliding down towards your pelvis as you round your upper back. And then hold it for the breath in to the back of the ribs, and then re-stack back up. Now let's switch that around. Other hand on top, breath in for your length, and then on the exhale, a little gentle nod of the chin, round through that upper back as much as what's comfy, and slide the sternum down towards the pelvis. Hold it for the breath in, and then re-stacking back to vertical. Now let's add in the arms. Reach out wide, lift them up, turn the palms down. As breathing out, reach it up, keep the shoulders wide, keep good connection to the ground. Now I'm going to add in the flexion, reach out wide, turn the palms down, little gentle nod of the chin. Think of lifting up and over. Just trickle down as far as what feels comfortable for you. Let the arms be heavy, let the head be heavy. Breathe into the back of the ribs, and then on that exhale, connect your heels to the ground, draw your tailbone under, lift through your center, and re-stack the spine. Let's do that again. Reach out wide, lift them up, turn the palms down, gentle nod, think of lifting up and over. Full breath into the back of the ribs, and then on that exhale, make that connection with the ground, and re-stack back up. This time, we're going to stay down. Each we keep hips over heels, a little bit of softness in your knees. Now let the hands come down. Bend your knees as much as you need to rest your tummy on your legs. And then push your bottom up towards the ceiling. And then flex through the hip and the knee as you breathe in. Bend back down, and then exhale. Push back up. One more. Breathe it in. Push back up. Hold that there, and then draw the tail down, lift through the belly, re-stack back up. Now we're going to add in a little bit of rotation. So gentle nod of the chin, slide it down. Put the left hand in the middle, and then take the right hand, let your eye gaze follow that. Straighten that leg, bending your left leg. Come back through to center, straightening both legs, changing sides. Let your eye gaze follow that hand that's rotating around. Into center. So push that hip back. Feel that lovely stretch down the back and the side of your leg. Last one. Then drop the tail down, lift through the center, re-stack back up. Okay, come to the end of your mat, and going down again. Little gentle nod. Over we go. Let the hands slide down, take the hips back, put the hands on the ground, slide them forward, and put your knees down on the ground. Tuck your toes under. Now, shift your shoulders over your hands. Keep that nice connection through the middle between your rib cage and your pelvis. And just take care you're not sinking in between your shoulder blades. Okay, now keep the arms straight and just slide the shoulder blades towards each other and then away from each other. Let's do that 2 more times. Now, find that midway point. That's your neutral. Okay? Now, equal weight between the hands and the knees. Keep that neutral spine. And then push your hips back. And then pull them forward. Push them back. Pull them forward. So feel how when you go forward, the weight goes into the hands. And when you push back, the weight goes into the knees. So tummy pushes the hips back. Bottom pushes them forward. Now this time, go all the way back so you're on to your bottom. Bring your feet in front of you. Level out your sit bones. Give them a little bit of a wriggle and a jiggle. Keep your shoulder blades flush and bring your arms up. And now just on your exhale, gently roll your pelvis back. Keep the legs quiet. And then inhale as you re-stack. So rolling it back, inhale, hold, exhale, re-stack back up. So you're just rolling the pelvis back, rounding the spine a little bit, waking up those abdominals. Now this time, let yourself go all the way down to your mat, all the way down. Oops, not quite on my mat. Okay, give that pelvis a wriggle. Those shoulders a little bit of a wriggle, and then connect those bits in the middle. Put your fingers in the back of your ribs, side of your ribs rather. Breathe into them, and then back out through the mouth. Then put the heel of your hand on the top of your pelvis and your fingers on your pubic bone. Okay, make that little triangle. So we're looking for that stability in there. So breathe into the ribs, and then as you breathe out, feel like those tops of the pelvis bones are moving in towards each other. Now keeping this nice and stable, just let your right leg drop out to the side and then draw it back in. So we're just working through the hip joint and we're stabilizing the lower spine with the belly muscles. So one more to this side, and then we're going to switch sides. Okay, so inhale on the out, exhale on the up. And if that's too confusing, just breathe. Okay, just don't hold your breath. Think about tummy keeping pelvis stable. Shoulders are relaxed. Beautiful. Now both legs just resting. Keep that rib to hip connection. And mine was popping up, so you don't want to do that. Think of that rib to hip connection. Now think of these bottom ribs as if there's a line, a fishing line, that's what they quite often people like to say, connected to your knee. We're just going to bring the left knee up and draw that back down. We're going to do that 3 more times. So on the exhale, feel that connection from your bottom rib. lifting your knee. It's not though. Your hip flex is lifting your knee. But your tummy muscles are stabilizing you. Let's try the other side. So exhale on the up, inhale on the down. Make sure the shoulders and all that are nice and relaxed. One more. Now let's alternate. So lift one up, and then as that one comes down, lift the other knee up. So exhale just as that foot is landing. Keeping that connection, this all stays nice and stable. Shoulders stay nice and relaxed. Now this time, lift the knee up, take the other knee up, so they're both up. Now as one comes down, as soon as it starts to come up, the other one comes down. So we're doing switches. But this still stay stable, so you still keep your hands there if you like. Making sure you're not holding the breath, keeping that rib to hip connection. Legs are light. The flexion through the hip. Just one more, either side, and then let's keep those feet down. And now you can hug your knees in and just round through your back. Okay. Stabilize again, one knee up, other knee up. Now, keeping that stability, you're just going to take your knees, or just make sure that these are, you're not on tabletop, they can just flop, okay? But we're stable through here. Just going to take your knees away from you, just a little way, and then bring them back towards you. It's only a very small movement. So we're really getting into those deep stabilizers. It's one of these things, if you rush, you might skip over. Just two more. It looks like nothing, but it can feel quite a lot. Now, maintain that. Now, you're taking your feet down towards the ground, and then think you're using the back of your legs and your bottom to help bring them back up. So your tummy is working to keep you stable. So breathe in as you go down, out as you come up. So that nice Pilates breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just two more. And then we're going to leave the feet down. Let them land lightly on the ground. Still keep that connection through the torso. A little squeeze through the glutes, press through the heels, and lift up. And get that nice connection right round through the middle between your hips, between the top of your pelvis and your ribs. Then flex through your hip, come back down, and then back up. Do that a few more times. Keep the breath flowing. Keep the shoulders relaxed, and keep that nice equalness all the way around you. Now this time you're going to keep the pelvis up with the intention to keep it level, and you're going to flex through the hip, like what we did before. Now as you lower that foot down, flex the other leg up. Continue doing this. Keep reaching that standing knee away from you. Keep the weight in the heel, keep the lift. Feel that connection between your heel and your glute. One more to either side. Now, keep this leg up and then lower the pelvis down. Push back up. So feel that connection between your glute and your heel. Breathe in on the down, out on the up. Keep the shoulders relaxed. One more. gently land that leg down. So the intention this all stays stable. Flex the outer leg up. Flex through the hip. So squeeze through the glute, press through the heel. Or press through the heel, squeeze through the glute. Have that connection all the way through. One more. And then gently lower that down. And then fold back down. Roll the pelvis back and articulate out through the spine. Nice breath in and then soften through your sternum, back of the ribs, mid-back, pelvis, tailbone being the last bit to come down. Two more like that. So lift the tail, roll the pelvis, push through the heels, squeeze through the glutes. Breathe into the side of the ribs and then slowly soften back down. Okay, let's bring those arms up. That nice scapular stability. Nod your chin so you're looking towards your knees. Still think of that rib to hip connection. And then curl the upper body up. Inhale, hold, lower back down. And you can stick with just doing this, or if you'd like to, as you curl up, you can float one leg up, lower the arms down, lower that back down. One more to either side. And bring the arms down. Let's take the arms out to the side. Bring one knee up, other knee up. Keep your shoulders flat. And then just slowly come over to the side. Keep the head in the middle. And then think of pressing that bottom leg into the top leg. Connect through your tummy to take you over to the other side. So do that a few more times to either side. And don't worry too much about the strength component of it. Think more about getting some mobility through the spine and just keeping the shoulders down. So breathing out as you're going down, inhaling as you're coming up. And then coming all the way over onto your side. Okay. Let's stretch that bottom arm out long. You can have your other hand in front of you, just to help a little bit with balance. Hips are stacked up on top of each other. And just reach your legs away from you, like reach them long so they float up off the ground. So you're like standing, but you're on the side. And then lower that back down. So as you breathe out, just reach those legs long. Back in through the nose. So feel how tummy gives you that support. Now this time we'll reach them long, keep them up there, and we're going to float the top leg up a bit further. Okay? So you're lifting it up and then lowering back down with control. Okay, so you want to feel like there's a little bit of work happening on the side of your bottom. Tummy supporting you, back supporting you. Okay? Now hold it up there. Bottom leg's going to come say high, then it goes back down. So squeeze that bottom leg up, lower back down. So breath out, breath in. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Two more. Last one. Now hold them there, lift both of them up. Squeeze them together. So now you're flexing a little bit through the side. Okay, and then lower both legs down. Bend the knees, so you've got your heel lined up with your hip. Okay, still keeping tummy supporting you, keeping your spine in neutral position. and then you're just going to lift the knee out. Okay, so you're just like you're rolling, pressing the water back, but feel these muscles on the side of the bottom, that they are lifting your knee out. So making sure you're not just flopping down, but you're coming down with control. Now, let's let the whole leg come up. Now we're going to draw a circle with the thigh bone. Okay, so this thigh bone circling around in the hip joint. So bring it into your middle, out, back, behind you. The intention to keep your pelvis stable is what's going to happen. Now let's try the reverse direction of that. Keep the breath flowing. Shoulders relaxed, all that sort of stuff. You know what to do. And then land that down. Okay, coming up, put your elbow underneath your shoulder and watch that you haven't dumped into your shoulder. So secret armpit muscles, turn them on, give you some support. So now think about keeping this all in a neutral position again, okay? So that we're not bendy banana through there, okay? You have your arm long. Think of squeezing from underneath to push the hip up. And we're just going to hang out here for a little bit. And then we gently land back down. So on the exhale, push it up, hold it, make it look easy. Tell yourself how much fun Pilates is. Keep the breath flowing. Now for some years it will be easy, but for some years it will be a challenge. So take it to the level that's going to work for you. Okay? Now, rest it down, still keep that neutral. Bring the leg, bottom leg can stay bent, top leg bring it up so it's like your pelvis, and then you're going to kick forward, and then push back. Okay, so kick forward, push back. Now you can stay down on your hip, or if you want to, you could come back up. You choose what's going to feel good for you. So kick, and then squeeze your glutes to draw your leg back. Last one, kick, squeeze it, draw it back, and then come on down. And then switch it around. You see how the other side feels. Okay, so make yourself nice and long. Line your arm. Slippery mat. Okay, so stretch those legs away, and then they just magically float up off the ground. And then you lower them back down. So reach, and they float. And exhale, they come back down. Reach, and float. Always wanted to be taller? It's one way to do it. Okay, so you're just lengthening away. Now, it's going to stay there. Top leg. Just hinge it up a bit higher. So remember, flexing through the hip joint. So pelvis stays where it is. Feel that little squeeze on the side of your bottom. Feels good. Now, hold it up. Bottom legs come to stay high. Back down it goes. So squeeze it up. Lower it down. So feel those inner thigh muscles. Okay, on that bottom leg, squeeze it up. Breathe it out. Breathe it in. Now squeeze it up, hold it there. Squeeze both those legs together, and then lift and lower. Lift and lower. So breath out, breath in. So feel the side of your waist, your oblique muscles have to do a little bit now. Hold it there, and then gently lower it down. Beautiful. Bend your knees in, line your heel up for ankle, and then just roll that knee back, keeping pelvis stacked. Okay, so try not to drop too far forward or roll back, all those sort of things. Okay, just push the water back. Inhale forward, push back. So feel These muscles on the side there, glute me, glute min. Deep hip rotators. Right, so one more. Control that down. Okay, now let's float that whole leg up and we're drawing that circle with the thigh bone. Or you can think about drawing the circle with the knee with the intention of keeping the pelvis stable. Okay, so we're moving the thigh bone around in the hip joint. Valuable things, those hip joints. You've got to look after them. Pricey to replace, painful to replace. So let's look after them. Let's change direction. Looking for smoothness. It's a bit bouncy, mine's a bit bouncy, it's a bit fatigued today. Last one. It's a bit bouncy, it's a good idea to go a bit smaller. Rest that down. Okay, so now come on up, elbow underneath shoulder, find that neutral so we're not the human banana. Okay, keep long through there, the knees back, and then lifting through the side. So you work stability through your oblique muscles. Let that arm rest down. So lift it up, hold it for a little while, and then we're flexing back down. If you want to hold it longer, you can hold it longer. If you wanted to extend your legs down long and do a full side plank. If that's better for you, go for it. But make sure that you've got true connection through your torso first of all before you bring in those long levers. Okay, now you can keep it down, lengthen that top leg, bring it up to hip height, kick it forward, so you flex the foot, and then you point the toe, squeeze your bottom as you're drawing it back. So kick, squeeze as you draw it back. Kick, squeeze, draw it back. You'll get a bit of movement through the spine, that's okay. Making sure we're not cranking into our back, okay? Mainly getting it through the hip joint. Last one. Beautiful. Okay. Time to come down to lying on our tummies. Onto our tummies. Tummy time. Now, take your knees out pretty wide. And just let your head rest. Stack your hands on top of each other and just let your forehead rest on your hands. Now, lower tummy, so below belly button. Think of drawing that in a little bit to give you some support. And the front of your pelvis, your AS, let them rest on the ground. Now bend your knees and bring your heels together. Now just press the heels in towards each other. Press, squeeze, and feel how that wakes your bottom up a little bit. So breathe into the side of your ribs, and then as you breathe out, squeeze your heels. And then release that as you're breathing back in. 2 more. Last one. Now hold that little gentle squeeze, and then think of reaching your knees away from you to float your thighs off the ground. And then inhale, gently lower back down. So breath in first of all, and then on the exhale, press the heels, reach the knees, press the heels, float the thighs. Inhale, lower back down. 2 more. So breath in and then reach, squeeze, lift. Lower back down. Beautiful. Now, let the legs be long and just bring your hands. You can either keep your arms there or you can bring them down to the side and just rest your forehead on the ground if that's more comfortable for you. So you've got your legs a bit more parallel now. Now, lower tummy supporting, and then think of lifting your knees off the ground. Okay, so keeping your feet on the ground, but you're lifting your knees off the ground, and then lower back down. So reach and lift. So you feel how the back of the leg and the bottom helps to lift the knees. One more. Okay. Now, bring your hands to your sides and come to just a small extension. So think of drawing your shoulder blades down, your elbows back, and just come into a small extension. Legs are still on the ground, and you're just going to reach one leg long, tap back down. Reach the other leg long, tap back down. One more time to each side. Now, reach both the arms forward. This time, opposite arm and leg. So you're going to reach and then lower back down. Now, sticking to the same side. So, on the inhale, reach long. On the exhale, lower back down. So, reach and lift. And let's change sides. So notice the 2 points that are on the ground, as well as the 2 that you're floating up. Now we're going to go into alternating. Just working slowly from side to side with the intention to keep the pelvis stable. So it's more about length than height. Now pause, float one leg up, other leg up, one arm, other arm. A little bit of softness in your elbows. Choose a side, opposite arm and leg, down, others up. Breathing in slowly, breathing out slowly. In through the nose, out through the mouth. We're swimming. It might take a long time to get there. Oops. Now speed it up. And if having the arms out is a bit tiring, bring them in a bit closer. And if you like, come up a little bit higher and get into a little bit of flutter kick. But keep those legs long. Reach, reach, reach. Don't do this sort of thing. Keep them long. Pelvis stable. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And take care not to crank into the back of your neck. Keep going for 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gently land down. Okay, now use your tummy to push your bottom back. Let the shoulders be wide and the hips be wide. Now come up onto hands and knees and keep that rib to hip connection, and then slide one leg back and then draw it back in. Keep the toe on the ground. And think about keeping your pelvis facing the ground. So breathe it away, inhale it back in. Now, reach it long, float it up, tap it down. So squeeze the glute to lift it up. Now, if it's nice and easy for you, add in the arm. So float, bring it in, reach it away, bring it in, Keep that pelvis level. Now, out to the side, back to center, pull it in. Reach away, out to the side, back to center. Now this time scoop the tummy around the back. Reach, out to the side, back to center, scoop. Reach, out to the side, back to center, scoop. Last one. And then gently land back down. Let's see how the other side goes. So make sure you got all your bits together. Equal weight between the 4 points. Connection through the middle. Slide that foot away. Keep the pelvis facing the ground. Draw it back in. Reach and pull. 2 more like this. Try not to dump into your arms. Now keep the leg long. Squeeze the glute to float it up. Now add in the arm if you'd like to. Reach away, pull it back in. Think about those 2 points on the ground and that connection through the middle of you. Now reach long. Out to the side, back to the front, come back in. Reach, out to the side, back to the front. Now this time the flexion as well, scoop it in. Reach, out to the side, back to the front, scoop. Reach, out to the side, back to the front, scoop. Reach. Last one, I think I did an extra one on this side. Lucky you. And then lower that down. Okay, take your bottom back, let's have a nice little stretch, and then pop over to the side. Level out your sit bones as best as you can. Reach wide with that arm, or anchor the heel of that arm into the ground, heel of that hand into the ground first. Reach, lift, and then side bend over. Restack back up, lower back down. Reach, lift, side bend over. Restack up, lower down. Now it's time we add in some rotation. Reach, lift, bottom rib, rotate you around. Breathe into the back. Come back around to the front. Lower that arm down. Now reach up. Side bend over and rotate. Come back around to the front, restack up, lower the arm down. Now we're going to add in some hip lift. Okay, so this time we're going to sweep the arm forward as we lift through the hip, opening up through the front of the body. Fold back down. Let's do that one more time. So reach and lift. How nice does that feel? Switch around to the other side. So level out those sit bones as best as they will. Okay, we're all a little bit different. Make sure that arms a little bit in front of your shoulder, anchored into the ground with your center pressing against. Reach, lift, side bend. So think of it as a side bend through the spine, more so than an arm stretch. So in, up and over. This time we add in the rotation. Reach, lift, bottom rib, pull it around to the opposite hip. Now breathe into that space between the shoulder blades. Now come back around to the front, restack up and lie down. Reach, lift, side bend, bottom rib, pull it around to the opposite hip. Then come back around to the front, restack up. Now we're adding in the hip lift. So we reach and we squeeze through the glutes to lift and open. And then fold through the hip as you sweep back down. So inhale, up. Enjoy that. And then fold through the hip, back down. And then use your tummy to lift your knees up, to turn yourself around. Tuck your toes under. And bring your feet, knees together. Rib to hip connection. Then squeeze your knees. Use your tummy. Float them up off the ground. Hold it there. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Take care not to sink between the shoulder blades. And then on your next exhale, push your hips up and your heels down. And lift from your hands up into your armpits. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then just walk the feet a little bit. That feels nice. And then keep both heels down. Keep that bottom up in the sky. And just gently walk your hands back to your feet. Let your arms be heavy, let your head be heavy. Let your feet be equally flattened on the ground. And then on your next exhale, draw your tailbone down, lift through your centre, and restack the spine. Reach the arms out wide, lift them up, and then rotate as you press the palms down. Reach and lift, rotate back to centre, press the palms down. Reach and lift, rotate, lower them down. And then bring one knee up, draw a little circle one way, and then back around the other way. Land that down. Notice if it feels any easier. And then switch to the other side. Bring it up, circle around. I'm standing on my mat this time, it's a pretty soft mat. And whoops. Round the other way. Land that down. And you should feel good. I feel good. So go out and enjoy that goodness and do all the things that you enjoy doing. And see you next time. Bye.